Today we are talking about something extremely important for any YouTuber or content creator that has a lot of data to manage and to hang on to. This video is going to give you some ideas of what we use to manage the data from this channel and what you might consider for yourself. So to start off with, I'll explain a little bit about data management. So I used to film a video. I used to add the video, so I'd add it to somewhere like this. I had a folder, and then I've got all my videos right here in ready to be edited folder. Then I have separate folders for my editors where all the edit that they're currently working on resides. So you can see a sneak preview into some of the footage that's going to be coming up. And then my editors have the ability to dump their content back onto the server. So I host this over a remote server. I can show you, if there's interest, on how I've set up my remote server for editors to pull the content off and then re-upload it back after they've done their edit and everything. So I've set this all up on one drive. When I was done with the edit and I had the final shot, I actually deleted all of the source footage and then had just the completed finalized edit. And then I saved that. And eventually I ran out of space. So I had a 2 terabyte external USB drive. That drive actually started to fill up because I had all my source footage and I had my completed footage. And it became clear that I was gonna have to get a new hard drive or more hard drive space. And that's when I started to wonder, should I keep the old source content? I wasn't really sure if I wanted to. So I got a new hard drive, and what I got was a 6 terabyte hard drive. Now that's what is in here. It's a Western Digital 6 terabyte red. Now these are a NAS supported hard drive, which means it's made for constant read writes, it's made for backup situations, and it's rock stable as far as data management goes. So it can handle that. That's what it's built for. They're not that expensive anymore, and I decided, you know, I don't want to have data loss or suffer data loss. So I started actually saving all of the files. So if we go into here, you can see GT completed videos, and then I've got a separate folder. It's called how-tos, graphics, car stories, reviews. So it's all kind of this sub content that I do. So a lot of the content would be how-tos, reactions, or reviews. So if I go into reviews, for example, I have all of the videos all loaded on here. So if you look at one of my most recent ones, the Bee Savior teaser. So I've got all of my source footage. I've got the actual Premiere Pro save file. I've got any B-roll that I added, I can dump in here, and I have pretty much everything so that if I needed to, I can actually go back and open up that file and then re-edit that video if I wanted to. I don't know if I'll ever use it, and it costs a lot to save it. These drives are, I mean, they're cheap, but they're not that cheap, but I just want to have that option. I kind of looked towards Linus Tech Tips for that, and they save everything, and so I figure if it's good enough for them, good enough for me. I might as well start saving it now because I don't know when I might need to reuse some of that footage. Well, and so I use to have those drives connected to my PC, I use this, which is a Wavelink toaster style hard drive bay. And you can see the box for that right here. So I bought this just over a year ago when I originally set this up, and I've reached a new problem. And that is right here. You can see GT completed videos only has 32 gigabytes of available storage left. Now, the easy thing would be to remove this drive, put a little sticker on it to say Gears and Tech from 2019 to 2023, and then drop a new drive in and start over. The thing is, I frequently am finding myself using footage from old videos for B-roll for new videos. So I'd kind of like to keep that available. But the second drive on here in my toaster slot is actually currently being used. I don't even know what it is. I believe it is my local disk Z, which is actually a backup of my most critical files for my personal family files, like old family photos, videos, and that sort of thing. So this toaster is no longer big enough. I actually still have 3 external USB drives, which are hiding behind the computer there. And those are for other backups and those sort of things. So you can see like the Gears and Tech drive is actually a USB drive. The English backup, that's my family backup, and that one's almost full as well. So I'm gonna have to look a little bit closer at that. And then USB-G, I don't know what that is. I think that's this slot up here. And then USB-C. So with all of our storage space kind of filling out and needing more, it's time to unveil at least one new product, and then I'm gonna show you how we're gonna set this up. So this guy, the little 2-slot toaster, that's gonna go away. And we're gonna be testing this, which is a Avo, whatever, I don't know. But let me move this mouse out of the way, and we'll open this up. Now this is a 4-slot toaster. So let me open this up, have a quick peek at what this is here. Ooh, now I did not realize that it had that capability. Interestingly, this actually has a eSATA drive port connection option or USB 3. I'm gonna see if it's got a cable that's long enough, because I might actually try to feed that out and plug it in. I've got lots of SATA slots, but this is a 4-port slot, so I can take these 2 drives out, add them into here, and have 2 slots left over. And then I've got this, which is a new Western Digital 6 terabyte NAS hard drive. So I will be able to plug this in here. So what we're gonna do is go through the process of swapping these drives into the toaster, adding another drive, and then configuring it on the computer. Now, some of you might be like, well, this is pretty darn easy. I don't need a tutorial on how to do this, but I'm gonna show you how I do it so that you can see how I do it. These things are hot swappable, so I can pop this out like that, and I can pop this out like that. I'm gonna go like that, and then I'm going to unplug this toaster completely. We're gonna set it aside over here, and then if I'm lucky, this power cord will actually work on here. Looks like it does. And then I'm gonna plug in the USB-C port, and just like that, I've got my new drive. So now it's powering on. So now I wanna take, what I'm gonna do is use this drive as source A. So I'm gonna just drop this in here like that. I can hear it spinning up already. This guy is going to be source B because that's Gears and Tech content. So we're gonna put that in. And then this guy I'm gonna put at the very end in target D. Now, you'll see it does say source and target, and that's because this has the ability to clone. Now, I am not going to use that ability. I am in PM mode, and that's because I actually want each of these to function as a separate drive, not as a cloned drive. So once they spin up, then they should show up in here. So currently it is reading A, B, and D is getting read as well. Now let's see what else is in this box while we've got some time here. So right off the bat, I've got a USB cable, which I'm not gonna need. I'm actually gonna put it with my Wavelink because I think I may end up selling this thing to try and get some money back, because I don't need it anymore. I got lots of slots available there. But let's see if I get a SATA drive. It doesn't look like it. So it just comes with the power cord and the USB-C port, which is fine. It's no big deal. But what I do want to know is why have my drives not showed up on here yet? And what I'm expecting to have happen is that this will just see it. There we go. Powered up, powered up. And now you can see I've got 2 of my drives have shown back up, but the third, the one that I just added, did not show up. And the reason is it needs to be formatted. So to set up and partition the drive, I'm just gonna go to the magnifying glass here, the search tab, and I'm gonna look for create and format a hard disk partition. So that's gonna open this guy up. I'm gonna move it over here so you guys can see it. Once you open up the disk management software, you're gonna be looking for the drive that's not been partitioned yet. It hasn't shown up. Now, sometimes this will just show up when you connect it to your computer, say, hey, we've detected a new drive, but in this case, it didn't happen. So all I do is look through the drive options, and they'll be named. Like if you've named them, they'll show up. So I've got Gears and Tech, that's D. I've got Z drive. I've got my main C drive. You don't want to screw with that for sure. I've got G drive, as you can see. I've got my F drive and my E drive. So really the only drive option I've got is this, which is disk 4. It happens to be 5.5 terabytes. So this is a 6 terabyte drive. So that's about what I should expect to see. So all I'm gonna do is just right click on that and then say new simple volume. Then I'm gonna go through this right here. I'm gonna just do all this. I'm not gonna assign a letter to it, am I? I kind of want it to be F because G T completed videos is E. Maybe I need to work backwards and go to W. Now let's just pick something. N. We're gonna call it N drive. Now I'm gonna call this GT completed videos 2, because it's my second drive. And I'm gonna say yes, I'm gonna say finish. And now it's going to finish formatting the drive. You can see it says formatting right there. When it's done formatting, my drive will show up on my task manager here, or on my file explorer here. So we're just gonna give it a second, let it format, and then we'll go to the next step. So the formatting is complete. It now says GT completed videos 2, and it's N drive, and there you go, it is totally empty. Now I'm gonna set up my same format that I have on my regular GT completed, which is published videos, and then I've got that. So I'm gonna create a folder called published videos. I'm gonna spell it right. And then inside there, I'll create the couple folders that I'm gonna use mostly, which is how-tos. And now I'm ready to start transferring my videos from completed to otherwise. And so here's an example. So Skylar, for example, finished editing this PSVR2 game walkthrough. It's 122 gigabytes. There's a lot of footage in there, and the final cuts are huge, and it was maxing out my drive, so I couldn't transfer it. So now finally I can, so I will just cut that, and then I'll move this over so I can see what it actually is. And then I can go to completed videos 2, published videos, reviews, and that'll be the first video that goes in there. So now it's gonna transfer. It's 122 gigabytes. It's gonna take a little while. In this case, it says it's about 40 minutes to transfer it, which is just fine. So this now gives me a full toaster. I can drop drives in and out as I want. Once this gets full, once I've got 4 drives worth, then my last drive will be my newest one, and then I can pop my oldest one out. It'll probably be, a couple years old by then, and then I can start to inventory them remotely or in a file folder or a cabinet or something, so that I've got the footage when I need it, but it's not that current that I'm not gonna miss it. So this gives you the ability to add drives, remove drives, and whatever easily and quickly. It does take a smaller drive, so if you wanted to use smaller drives, you can use those. They'll drop in there just as fine, and it works really, really well. So again, this was just a quick video. If you do like any of these items and you wanna get some for yourself, I'll put links in the description where you can grab those and give them a try. If you've got something else that you've tried or a different way that you manage your data, let me know about it, because this might not be the best solution. It's the solution that I found, and it's the solution that's been working for me, but maybe you've got a different solution that works better for you. I would really love to hear about it. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video. We hope you enjoy the content in this video, and we'd love to have you come back. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And for those subscribers who are looking for that extra special thing that you can do to support this channel, consider joining our members group. That's where we're building this community, the Gears and Tech community, where we can all enjoy content together. You'll get special perks, which we'd love for you to check out by clicking the link down below. For those of you who are just happy to watch the video, that's okay too. You can check out some of our other content right over here, where we've got some previous videos that have already been uploaded and enjoyed by many of our viewers already. We do hope to see you again. This has been Gears and Tech. Have a great day.